Okay, let's have a little fun. Let's have a little fun in this video. Look, the Detroit Pistons, one of the big overlooked things about our offseason this year is that we have a ton of cap room. I think we can have anywhere depending on who we keep, who we let go, who we retain, yada, yada, yada. There's a little Seinfeld thing for you, yada, yada. Um, Sorry, I almost started quoting it, and then I was like, nope, not going to quote it. So we have anywhere from 20 million to 45 million, depending on who we keep. And this could allow us to get a star in one of a couple ways. It could allow us to get a star by just straight signing one in free agency, or it could allow us to get a star by trading for one. We all know the market we're in. Usually, we get our best players through trades or the draft. That's how it goes. We got Cade, we have Ivy. Who are we going to pair with them? So Fansided did an article. Let's have a little fun reading it about 4 stars that should become available or on the trade block this summer, and let's see who the Detroit Pistons would be interested in. You let me know in the comments below who you want. All right. The first one is Jordan Poole. I would love to say I want him in Detroit. I'm a Michigan fan. I would love to see it. Here's the problem that we have with the Pistons right now. Jordan Poole doesn't fix it. Our issue is defense. He is a horrible defensive player. Absolutely terrible. He wants to be Steph Curry, but he's not. He was a huge part of their title run last year, and a huge part of the reason they won it last year. And he is a huge part of the reason they got knocked off by the Lakers this year. He did not show up. With that being said, he's a scorer. I just don't understand bringing in a guy who plays the same position as Cade and Jaden Ivey when you have Cade and you have Jaden Ivey. Everybody agree? Can we move on to the next one? If you think I'm wrong, leave it in the comments. If you think I'm right, leave it in the comments. All right. For the next one, let's see what we're looking at. We're looking to the New York Knicks. Who could be available? All right. And the answer is got to be JT Barrett, right? It's got JT Barrett. And now we're getting ads. I don't even want to see that. All right. Barrett is not worth the number 5 draft pick in the draft, or is he? Great question. He is a guy who averaged about 20 points per game, decent shooting splits. He's a good defender, and he has room to get better. I am surprised at how much better he was this year than the year before. And I'm surprised how much better he was last year than the year before that. He has improved and improved and improved, and he would fit a perfect spot. The question you have to ask yourself is, would you rather have Barrett? Would you rather have Barrett, or would you rather have the 5th pick and go out there and get a guy, and maybe Amen Thompson's around? Maybe you go for Asar. I have this weird thought that Asar Thompson is going to be the better Thompson brother. You know, kind of how Marcus Morris became the better Morris brother in basketball over Markieff. I'm wondering if Asar is going to get there. But anyways, Barrett is due $29 million a year. $29 million a year over through 26-27 season. Yeah, I think RJ Barrett is a guy that could absolutely work on our team. I would have no problem paying him that amount. Here's the question. Here's the question I have for you. And I haven't read this article, so I don't know who's up and who's coming, but I'm just wondering, would you rather have RJ Barrett, or would you rather bring back Jeremy Grant? And maybe that will be one, but Jeremy Grant wouldn't be traded. You could do a sign and trade type of thing. But yeah, they also in this article asked if Julius Randle, they were saying Julius Randle could be available. I don't know if this is founded or not. I just don't want anything to do with Julius Randle, to be honest with you. I think a lot of what he does is perfect for Detroit. He's hard-nosed. Him and Isaiah Stewart have had some battles. They have gone at it. I really do enjoy watching that. But he just, to me, is a guy that when I watch him, I'm like, he's not that good. I just don't get it. It's just not that good. All right. So let's look at the final person here. Who is it? Oh, yeah, Jaylen Brown. All right. We all want Jaylen Brown, and it is amazing how quickly things change in the NBA. Because I was like, Jaylen Brown's going to be available if the Celtics lose to the Sixers in 7. And then all of a sudden they win in 7, and I'm like, all right, well, if they're going to get to the NBA finals, they're getting to the finals, they know they can win with this core, they're going to keep going with this core and try and win, with Tatum and Brown being their 2 best players. Jaylen Brown is an all NBA second team player this year. Dude can straight ball. I have loved this guy coming out of Cal. His development on the offensive end has been nothing short of spectacular. His athletic ability is ridiculous. And there is a player in this draft that reminds me of a not as polished, well, there's a guy in this draft that reminds me of Jaylen Brown coming out with not quite the hops, and that's Cam Whitmore. So keep your eye on that. But anyways, I'm not saying Cam Whitmore is going to be Jaylen Brown. Relax. I'm not saying that. But then all of a sudden, the Celtics find themselves down 3-0, not even close, against the Heat. And they're going to get smoked. And I'm telling you, when they lose that series, all of a sudden it's going to be, okay, what do we have to do to get Damian Lillard in here? So the Pistons could take advantage of that by becoming the 3rd team in a 3-team trade, because they're probably going to need capital. And it's going to be our number 5 pick going somewhere. Bogey's going to go somewhere. And maybe even another player or 2. It's going to be, you're going to have to take a lot to get Brown. But that 5th pick is going to be helpful. If it was the 2nd or the 3rd pick, it would be a lot easier. But it's going to be one of those things where Brown comes to us, Lillard goes to the Celtics, and then our compensation goes to the Trailblazers, with some things maybe mixed in. Our cap space allows us to be a good 3rd team in that, because we can either give up assets or we can give up salary cap if a team needs to match. We have the flexibility to do either, and we have the flexibility to take on a large contract without getting rid of a ton of players. But if it were me, I would try and conclude someone like Alec Burks in this trade, because he's one of those guys, like, do you keep him or do you let him go with his contract expiring at the end of this year? So those are some stars that could find their way to Detroit. We've been in this boat before. We're like, nah, it won't happen. It won't happen. Boom, Blake Griffin. We've been in this boat before. Nah, it won't happen. It won't happen. Bogdanovich. All right. Not Bogdan. Sorry. Anyways, Bojan. Bogdan is with the Hawks. I don't know why I say that. That just makes me look dumb on camera. And then we've been in this situation before. Boom, James Wiseman. And I'm not putting him up there with the other guys as far as scoring potential. We have players. We have assets, things that other people covet. Can you imagine rolling with Cade, Ivy, Jaylen Brown, Bogey, and choose your 5, Duren? Like, how much fun would that be? Man, that would be fun. That would be, if we can get Brown, that would allow us to compete immediately for the playoffs. That would be a lot of fun. I just don't want to speed up the process so much. I don't want to speed up the process so much that we get out over our skis and we're no longer allowed to build around Brown. But if you're doing that, you're just hoping that Stewart continues to grow, Duren continues to grow, Cade continues to grow, Ivy continues to grow, and they are all showing, especially Duren, Ivy, and Cade, that there's a lot of growth to come. So there you go. Hey, hope you enjoyed the video. See you on the next one. Go Pistons.